We'll begin by getting centered. So go ahead and uncross your legs, slide to the back of your chair for now. Have your feet flat on the floor and just lean back for a moment. If it feels okay for you, go ahead and close or lower your eyes. Just become aware of your body here, sitting, inviting in a sense of stillness to this moment. For many of us, it's been a busy week, busy life, a lot of movement. In this moment, you are welcome just to be still, to not have to do anything, to not have to be anything. Just you here in this body in this moment. Feeling the breath move in and out, allowing that breath to be easy, not forcing it. Allowing the breath to be in its autonomic state. And as you do this, you might feel your body relax, muscles untensing, rigidity softening, and a sense of ease coming to your system. Resting here in this stillness for just a few more breaths. And as you become still, it's as if you are arriving in this moment, present, clear. And from that more centered place, I'll have you take a deeper, fuller breath, please. And allow your eyes to slowly open, bringing yourself back to the room. Take your time with that. Sliding to the edge of your chair when you feel ready to do so. Oh, that practice of presence is so lovely. So I recommend throwing that into your day, especially when you're feeling your nervous system really activated. Okay, it's a deal. So sitting nice and tall on the edge of your chair, arms by your side to start. Now, normally we sweep the arms out to the sides. Today, I'm going to ask you to reach your arms forward and lift them up. And then exhale, release the arms forward and down. It's just a different movement for the shoulder joint. Inhale, sweep the arms forward and up, and exhale, down. And I have my palms facing one another. For some reason, it just feels pretty organic for me. I can't really explain why, but you might want your palms up or down, or whatever works for you. And I'm keeping my hands relatively shoulder width apart the entire time. They're not coming close together or widening too much. Inhale, reaching up. Exhale, releasing the arms down. And we're going to add on to this movement. So reach the arms up and then keep the arms up by the ears. Hinge at your hips and fold forward. Keeping the arms up by the ears, lift back up to a tall seat. Inhale. And then stay tall. Release your arms forward and down. Some work for the back today. Inhale, reach the arms back up again. Keep the arms up by the ears. Exhale, hinge at the hips and fold down over your thighs. Inhale, strong back, lift back up. And exhale, release your arms on down. We're going to do a few more of these. Inhale, reaching up. Exhale, folding forward. Inhale, strong back, back up. And exhale, arms down. Let's do 2 more. Inhale, reach the arms forward and up. Hinging at the hips, exhale, fold down. Inhale, come all the way back up. And exhale, release the arms down. One more time. I know our shoulders are getting tired, but we'll be good. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, folding forward. Inhale, lifting up. And exhale, take the arms down. Good job. Feeling sensation, that's a really good one to help strengthen the core, stretch and strengthen the lower back. And of course, there's a movement in the shoulders and the laterals. So a little bit more work for the laterals here. And have you sit nice and tall. And go ahead and reach your left arm up and over. With your right hand, reach up and grab the wrist and traction that arm straight up toward the ceiling. Now, it's tempting when we lean here in a moment to lift the left hip off the chair. Try to keep the left hip grounded as you open up the left side of your rib cage. So just leaning to the right a little bit here, creating some space on that side. Just a few more breaths here. You can think about this as we stretch the left side, that we're actually making space for the heart, which we technically are, anatomically. Good. Inhale, sit back up. Release your arms down, please. Good. And then we'll do the other side. Reach your right arm up and over, holding on to the wrist. Forgetting my anatomy today. Reach straight up, straight up. And again, think about rounding the hip. This time it's your right hip that'll stay on the chair. And then when you're ready, open up the right rib cage, leaning gently to the left. And take some deep breaths here. And breathe. Good. Inhale, sit up. And exhale, release the arms on down. Feeling a sensation there for a moment. I'm going to turn diagonally. You can keep facing forward. I'll have you take the arms out to the side now and bend the elbows so the fingertips point toward the ceiling, cactus arms. And with your inhale, you're going to take the hands back, and that presses the shoulder blades into the mid back, which forces you into a spinal flex. With your exhale, take your hands forward and down, opening up the shoulder blades, forcing the back to round, the upper back that is. Then inhale, open back up, and exhale, rolling forward. Inhale, open, and exhale, roll. And I'm relatively keeping my shoulders and elbows on the same level plane. It's kind of like we're scarecrows, just hanging on that pole in the field. I don't know where these comparisons come in, but just roll with it. Opening the heart, opening the upper back. Just a few more times. You might start to feel some heat building in the body. That's normal. Good. Then open up, stay for 3 breaths. Then close, stay for 3 breaths, feeling the upper back widening. And then sit up to a neutral spine and release your arms on down. Good, really getting to those shoulders today. I'm not sure about you, but I'm feeling it already. Good, so one more thing with the arms and shoulders, and then I promise we'll give them a little bit of a break. So you're going to interlace your fingers in front of you, please. Turn your palms away from you and extend your arms forward, reaching through the palms. And then take them straight up and reach up through the palms. Feel your tailbone shrug under slightly, your navel pulling back towards your spine. Big length in the body. Let's breathe here. Reaching up through both sides of the body. 3, 2, and 1. Release the arms on down. Good. Good job. Nice long spine now. So for our next posture, still sitting on the edge of the chair, go ahead and take your feet a little bit wider than your shoulders. The heels are stacking underneath the knees, toes pointing out about 45 degrees. Now, the way you know if your knees are in the right position is if you lean from side to side and you don't fall over, you're where you need to be. And if you do feel a little unstable, just widen or narrow your stance accordingly to make sure that you feel good here. All right. So bring the hands on top of your knees. Take a deep breath in. With your exhale, hinge at the hips and just fold forward in the direction between the legs. How far you go is up to you today. Feeling the stretch in the lower back. You can release your head here. And then inhale, sit right back up. Good. So we're going to come back into that forward fold here in just a moment, but I want to show you what we're going to do first. So when we come down, we're just going to start to swing from side to side. It's almost like your tailbone on the chair, relatively speaking, is like a string, and you're just kind of swinging it from side to side, the spine from side to side. So just from side to side. The arms are there to help stabilize and move you around. And you can make this as expressive or as tame as you want it to be. Listen to your body. Your body will know what it wants. Just because you always go for the gold, you don't have to today. Or maybe you want to turn it up a bit. It's up to you. Okay. So when you're ready, hands on top of the knees or thighs, go ahead and fold forward and just start to swing. Swing and breathe. Now, after a few rounds, you might want to make this a bit more expressive. Swing out over one leg and the other. You might want your head to just kind of flail with you. If that doesn't feel good, it's okay to hold it more in line with the spine. Breathe. Try to keep the hips grounded the entire time. We'll go for about 15 seconds or so more. Two more breaths. Good. And then settle yourself back in center, folding down however far you'd like to go today. Let your chin drop in toward your throat so the head hangs. Just feel yourself in stillness here. And with your next inhale, sit back up. Maybe with the eyes closed, just feel for a moment. Good. And then bring yourself on back. So we're going to do what's called an open twist next. So I'll have you take your left hand straight forward, thumb pointing upwards, bring the hand down between the knees, embrace the hand in the back, or the inside, I should say, of the left knee. All right. Your right hand's going to come down and meet it. And it's make sure that you're not hunching forward here too much. The spine is still pretty long. And then with an inhale, you're going to sweep the right arm out and behind you as far as you'll go, maybe looking behind you. And then exhale, come back to the starting position. So inhale, sweeping up at a diagonal, rolling the right shoulder back as far as it'll go, and then exhale, coming back. And as you're twisting, as you're sweeping that right arm behind you, the left arm can press into the knee, just kind of bracing you there a little bit, maybe helping you to twist a little bit deeper. Twist, back. Let's do two more. Twist, and back. And then roll that right shoulder back as far as you can here. We'll stay for 3 breaths. Good. Inhale, unwind, bring the hand back down, and then sit back up nice and tall. Good. Doing the other side. You're going to take your right hand straight forward, thumb pointing up, and take the hand down between the knees, and then brace the back of the hand on the inside of the right knee. Again, spine stays long. Bring your left hand down to touch. And then with the breath, go ahead and open up. Inhale. And exhale, unwind. Bring the hand back to the starting position. Opening up, inhale at a diagonal. Exhale back. Opening up and returning. We're going to do a few more. Again, you're looking behind you as far as you can when you twist. And then come into the twist this time and stay. Rolling that left shoulder back as much as you can. Bracing the back of the right arm into the right knee. Good. Then unwind and come back up. All right, we're ready for laterals now. So go ahead and take your left elbow down onto your left knee. Roll the right shoulder back. Ground the right hip to the floor. And then sweep your right arm up and overhead, the right hand reaching out over the left toes, or at least in that direction. Good. Breathing here. Big length along the right side. Again, root the right hip downward, reach through the right fingertips. Breathe. Try to keep the head in line with the spine too. It's tempting to drop the head here. Keep it lifted. And then go ahead and sweep the right arm back. And come on up. Great. Let's do the other side. Right elbow down onto the right thigh or knee. Go ahead and roll the left shoulder back. Round that left hip down. And then sweep the left arm up and overhead again. The fingertips reaching out over the right foot this time. Big length on the left side. Take some big breaths here as well. Staying for about 2 or 3 more breaths. Keep reaching through the fingertips. Keep grounding the hip down. Good, and see the arm behind you. Come back up. Feel sensation. Great. All right, go ahead and bring the feet back into the closer position. So about hip width apart, heel stacking underneath your knees. Nice stable stance. All right, let's do a little bit of work for the hips here. All right, we do this one often, but it's still a good one to do. So go ahead and extend your left leg down to the floor. And you're going to bring your right ankle just above the knee. Okay. Now, for some of us, this might be just as far as you go. Today, you might already start to feel a stretch in the hip. You're going to flex the right foot back, which will help protect the ankle and the knee joint, pretty important joints. Now, if you want to take this a step further, what you'll do is you'll slide the left foot back to stack underneath the knee. Okay. Now, this might cause your knee to come up a little bit higher, and that's okay. That's okay. You're still getting a stretch in the hip. It's fine. Try to sit up as tall as you can. You can kind of think about your pelvis tilting forward a little bit, and that might intensify that stretch in the hip. The hips don't like to be rushed, so we're going to take our time with this. All right. Keep the foot flexed. You can stay right here if you're vibing on this one. If you want to take it a little bit further, you can take your right hand and place it gently on top of your right knee. And you're not really pressing downward, you're pressing forward and down. As if you're kind of tractioning the thigh bone out of the hip socket. Don't worry, you won't pull it off, but you're just giving a little bit of space. Keep sitting up nice and tall, please. Keep thinking about the pelvis tilting forward. You can chill here if you want to. There's actually one more place we can go with this one. And again, only go as far as your body is wanting to today. But if you'd like to, you can keep the spine long, so not rounding, and you can start to bring your heart closer to the leg. That will definitely intensify the stretch. So only go as far into that fold as feels good for you. Breathing here. Good. And if you are in the fold, carefully sit up. And then we'll all uncross as we feel ready. And just notice the difference between the two sides, especially into the hip. Probably feels significant. We won't qualify that as good or bad, but it probably feels significant. Enough to do the other side. So take your right leg forward to start and bring your left ankle, again, just above the knee, just above the knee. Flex the foot, pull the toes back, again, protecting the joints here, very important. And you can stay here, but if you want to, you can slide the right foot back. Good. Now, again, your knee might come up a little bit higher here. At this point, you'll definitely be able to tell if there is a difference in access or flexibility between the two hips. This one's definitely my harder side. My knee is a little bit higher. It's completely fine though. Keep the foot flexed. Again, think about tilting the pelvis forward. All right. So not rounding the lower back. And again, if you want to, you can take the hand, in this case, the left hand, onto the left knee and not push down, but push forward and down. You can see just how tight your hips are today. And breathe. The spine is still tall, the heart is still lifting. And only if you want to, you can think about bringing the chest closer to the leg, as long as you don't round the back at all. When I say round the back, I mean the upper back mostly. The upper back stays pretty steady or flat. Good. If you're folding, go ahead and sit up. And then we'll all carefully uncross. Just feel sensation for a moment, especially if there was any twinging happening, allowing that kind of loosen itself out. All right. Good. And then sitting nice and tall, roll the shoulders down the back, open the heart, take a deep breath in. Exhale, hinge at the hips, fold down over the thighs. Hands can be on the legs, or you can hang them to the floor. Let the chin drop in toward the throat. Stay here for 3 deep breaths. And then inhale, carefully sit back up. Good. Let's spend the last few minutes we have together in meditation. Please slide to the back of your chair, feet flat on the floor, closing the eyes. Take some settling breaths, just calming you into the seat. And become aware of the stillness of this moment. Like when we began, there's nothing that you need to do here. There's nothing that you need to be here. You just are. Present in this moment, this body resting. Your breath relaxing to its autonomic state where you're not forcing it. Feeling the tension in your body loosen or relax. And feel a sense of ease come over your system, almost as if you were weightless or buoyant, being held by the chair, being held by the ground. And not being still because you're forcing yourself to be still. Stillness because there's just simply no need to move right now. Just the breath and the sense of ease. Knowing that you can return to stillness anytime you need to. If you just allow yourself and create the space. For now, I welcome you to begin to deepen your breath. Bring your palms together and rub them together, creating heat between them. And take the heated palms over your eyes, brushing back over your head, down your neck, bringing yourself back to the space around you.